I think we can divide my sermons and classes into three categories. Sometimes they're inspirational, sometimes they're entertaining, and sometimes they educate. This week's Parshah preview is going to educate you. The Torah portion has within it the 10 Commandments, and I'm going to tell you 10 things you might not know about the 10 Commandments. Number one, there's no such thing as the 10 Commandments. No place in the Torah does it say anything referring to Aseret HaMitzvot, the 10 Commandments. It does refer to Aseret HaDibrot, the 10 statements, but nowhere is it mentioned the 10 Commandments. And you know why? Because in fact, in the 10 Commandments, we have 14 of the 613 commandments of the Torah. The second commandment tells us you shall have no other God. You shall not have a graven image. You shouldn't bow down to an idol. You shouldn't worship it. The way we count the 613 commandments, that's 4 commandments, not 1. Next, there are 3 things that are unique about the 10 commandments. 1, they were written by God. 2, they were spoken by God. The first 2 commandments are in the first person because it was God speaking them at Mount Sinai. And the next thing that's important and makes it unique is these 2 tablets of the law were revealed in public in front of millions. That's one of the reasons why not only do Jews hold them to be sacred in the Word of God, but Christians and Muslims as well. Number 6, there's a Christian version of the 10 Commandments. In fact, there are 2. There's a Catholic and a Protestant, because Christians don't count the first commandment as we do. We count that opening statement, I am the Lord thy God who took you out of the land of Egypt, as one of the 10 commandments. Christians say that's not a commandment. And so they start counting from number 2 and divide 2 in half to make up for the missing 1, or Protestants divide 9 and 10 to make up for the missing 1. But if you go to a church, the way they describe the 10 Commandments is a different way than we do. 7, Christians took the 10 Commandments so seriously that they said it's the only commandments that have to be observed. And so, you know what we did? We used to recite the 10 Commandments as part of the morning service every day, and it was part of the temple service. And we took them out so that nobody should say these commandments are more important than any of the other commandments, as the Christians were saying. Number 8, what do the 10 Commandments look like? We have this image of the 2 tablets with the rounded top. No rounded top. That's part of Christian architecture that was instituted in the Middle Ages. Most say it was a cube, it was a rectangle, it was on 2 tablets. But there's no agreement whether it was written in an Assyrian script or whether it was written in a Hebrew script. Some say it was written across the 2 tablets. Others say that the 10 were written on 1 tablet and the 10 were written on another tablet. This is part of a covenant made between 2 parties, God and the children of Israel. But the way we depict them just ain't the way it was. Where are the 10 Commandments? You have to ask Indiana Jones. We're not really sure. According to tradition, King Yoshia, anticipating the destruction of the temple, buried them. And they're someplace out there in Iraq. If you want to go searching for them, we wish you the best of luck. Finally, what's so special about the 10 Commandments? The 10 Commandments are an outline of the 613 commandments. Each one of the 10 commandments speaks of more than just that commandment. For example, the commandment about observing the Sabbath. This introduces us to the concept of sacred time. So that commandment speaks not just of Shabbos, but all of the Yom Tovim and the holy days that we have in our calendar. You know where it says, thou shalt not murder? You know what that also incorporates? The commandment that you shouldn't shame someone, because if you shame someone, you raise their blood level. It's like shedding blood. So the 10 Commandments are important, but not individually as 10 Commandments, but collectively as 10 statements of what the entire Torah is all about. So get to work, not just with these 10, with all of them, and have a good Shabbos.